I spent well into the six figures to develop software that would provide full disclosure of exactly how income riders work. Here's a look at one right here. So in our example of Jeff and Dina, what we assumed in this income software, notice there's two values. You see the contract value and the income account value. Now, since this product pays a bonus, the income value starts out at $330, the contract value $300. Now, notice up above where it says assumes 0% growth. Well, this income value is paying 6, 7%, whatever it is, but notice the contract value, if we assume it never grows, which it might not, as you'll notice, stays at $300,000, while the income account is going through the roof. So what is the point, Tony? Well, there's a huge disconnect going on right now because most people, when they come in, all they've been sold is the income rider. And folks, what I'm getting ready to show on the whiteboard, the income rider, listen closely, is really not a real value. The purpose of the income value is to calculate your mailbox money. And it's kind of just like that rider you add to the homeowner's policy for the ring. That rider, the income rider, and that corresponding mailbox money is not for your kids. It's only for you and your spouse. In fact, let's go back full screen and see what we did here. So in this example, what we did at age 72, that would be Jeff, that's the holder. And remember, we imagined he passed away. Well, Dina's going to lose over $1,500 a month in Social Security. So if Jeff had had this in the stock market, Dina's going to be scared to death because she needs guaranteed income to replace the guaranteed income she just lost. But voila, she kicks in the income, and we notice that it's $22,185. Now this income is paid to Dina forever. That's a long time, folks. If she lives 40 years, it doesn't matter, but there's a catch. Notice what's happening over on that contract value. Again, it might grow and it might not. We're assuming that it doesn't grow. Notice immediately when Dina takes out $22,185, the contract value drops to $277. And each year it keeps dropping. In fact, as we fast forward, Dina is the partner here, so we'll go out to age 78. Let's imagine that at age 79, Dina passes away. What's in the contract value in this example? Nothing. So you say, well, Tony, I don't get it. Why in the world would my kids not get that money? Because it's a rider, folks. Remember, it's just like the ring. If you don't use it, you lose it. The income rider is not meant for the kids. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk over to the whiteboard and I'm going to go through an example. We're going to go into a little more detail on this and help you understand the difference between an annuity with no income rider and one with an income rider. Let's take a look. So we're going to imagine that we write an annuity with no income rider. By the way, folks, there's a great booklet I wrote called the Annuity Decision Guide for Savers. This is an excellent booklet. You can find it on our website at TonyWalkerFinancial.com. That one, along with Mailbox Money for Life, will help to explain the difference between an accumulation annuity, what the purpose of that is, and an income rider annuity, and what the purpose of that is as well. So what we do when we're sitting down with people, we're laying out the game plan, and through our split IRA concept with Charles Schwab as the flexible tool, we put the annuities in the backdrop. That's our backstop. That's what we're going to use to secure your mailbox money. So we can go one of two ways with this. So we can go with a no income rider, all right? And there's usually never a fee for that. People like that. So if you want something that's safe, you want to try to get some decent growth on it over time with no risk and no fees, we would use a product with no income rider. Now the other option is what we're talking about today, is an annuity with an income rider. So the only reason you would want that rider is for future mailbox money. Now you might be saying, if you watch this show a lot, well, Tony, why wouldn't everybody want mailbox money? There are a lot of times, folks, that people do not want the mailbox money because of the fees associated with it. Remember, the income rider adds a fee. Oh, let me say something real quick. Unfortunately, a lot of people come to us sharing their horror stories of all these dinner seminars they're attending. Now again, I know some of them are legit, but some of these things, folks, you better be careful. One of the worst practices I'm seeing right now is people out there pitching annuities that are paying income riders of 3 and 4%, which they do. And some of those don't have fees. Here's the problem with that. Many people come to me and they'll share their stuff and they say, oh, by the way, I got this annuity and it's guaranteed 4% for life. I look at it because not many things are guaranteed 4% for life. And I'll say, sir, did you realize that was an income annuity? That 4%, okay, is only on the income side. And they'll say, well, what's that got to do with anything? What's that matter? Well, you may only earn 0% over here. There's no guarantees that that'll grow. So they'll look at me kind of surprised. They'll say, you mean I'm really not getting 4%? And I'll say, no, you're only getting 4% to use that to calculate it. So what we showed on the last slide, in fact, let's put that back up full screen, Aaron. If you'll notice, remember, there's a contract side and an income side. So we're doing the same thing here. We have a contract side and an income side, all right? At death, remember, when you die, it can go to your spouse, but let's assume you and your spouse are both deceased. This entire value is gone. It is not a real number, folks, and your heirs are going to be left with what's in the contract value. So sometimes people come to me, this happens a lot, maybe they've got a CD or maybe they've received an inheritance and they just want a safe place to put their money. So a lot of times we might use accumulation annuities between 5 and 10 years. Usually they pay higher rates to you. That's one advantage of an accumulation annuity. Generally no fees. And every year, PFW stands for penalty-free withdrawal. Every year if you need the money, we can take out 10% penalty-free and send it to you. In addition to that, there's some unique tax planning strategies we can involve ourselves in with accumulation products. So I guess the question is, do you go with an accumulation annuity or an income annuity? How much is the fee? Who's going to pay the fee? How much is left? The only way we know what we're going to do on that, folks, is we have to meet in person. And that's the best part. When you think about retirement, if you're thinking about guaranteed income, folks, I've been doing this a long time. I'm in my 35th year in this business. I'm a fiduciary. We're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. In my time of working with annuities, I've written nearly $400 million of annuities, nearly 3,000 contracts. I don't know what you're reading on the internet or hearing on TV and radio. We know these products very well. And if you're a saver, if you're more concerned about the return of your money than on it, these products may be perfect for what you're trying to do in retirement planning. So why don't you do this? Once you log on to TonyWalkerFinancial.com, you have nothing to lose and possibly lots to gain. There is no cost or obligation to meet with me in person. I can meet with you at either our Bowling Green, Louisville, or Lexington, Kentucky offices. So log on now, TonyWalkerFinancial.com, and let's get started.